Thanks for coming back on the show.
Great to be here. I haven't been here since the COVID.
Yes.
You know how people say that? Like, no one says I'm a real estate agent. They always say, I do my real estate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or like, no one says, I'm a massage therapist. Like that. Well, I have my massage. I do my massage. So like the COVID, they would call it like the COVID. I don't know why, but instead of just saying, hey, remember COVID, they say, well, the COVID.
Well, you know, the COVID. Yeah. Just add the word the.
I don't know. Do you have relatives, older relatives that say that? And it's like, what? You don't own that. You don't own real estate. What do you mean? You mean your real estate? What's your real estate, right?
Yeah, I do my real estate.
Yeah, I do my real estate. I got my real estate.
I watch my shows.
Yeah, my shows.
I was hoping that you would be the same old Vince Vaughn and not let fame go to your head, because you, my friend, have a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Finally.
Yes. Yes.
Do you get excited about these things?
I mean, I guess if you looked at it younger, you would, but it kind of goes on. I mean, you might be like I was. I know we both spent a lot of time at racetracks as a kid. We had talked about that. Me too. I would play like tag by the finish line when my dad was gambling. But I always felt like coming from outside of Chicago, like if I got a commercial, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And if I could call my mom and like, hey, I have a line on Doogie Howser, like that's a win. So I never had a plan. Did you?
No.
You just kept like whatever the next step in front of you was, right?
I was just excited about getting to that thing and go, yeah, exactly. If I got that, that's a win.
That was a win. Everyone felt like a big break. You had to be a big fan of this show when you were a kid.
Yeah,
and watched a lot.
Johnny Carson.
I know. It's crazy, right? And now here you are doing a good job. I know. It's amazing.
It's all wild. I mean, Saturday Night Live was
You deserve it. You do a great job. You're a great host.
Thank you.
True story.
Thank you.
You have a lot of similarities that Johnny has. Johnny was a great host, made people feel comfortable, and you do that.
I love it.
That's a nice
we
quality.
we have the best crowds.
Very good crowds.
Unbelievable. I'm taking everyone out for ice cream after this. That's exactly right.
Everything goes better with a crowd of day drinkers. So thank you. Thank you for being here.
When you first moved to Los Angeles, were you just nailing auditions?
No. Oh gosh, no. Were you?
I was
a terrible audition. You know why? Because when I would go out for a job interview younger, you had jobs younger too, right? Very young. We like bagging groceries.
As soon as I could.
But we were taught to be very polite and shake everyone's hand.
Sure.
So you would go into an interview and make eye contact. I'm Vince. It's nice to meet you. You know, like you were raised to do that. But that's draining in an audition process. They don't have time for that. If there's 6 producers, they don't all want to shake your hand and have you, you know what I mean, be overly polite. They want to be out of that room. I felt probably super desperado to be in there trying to do that. So I think it took me a while to, like, if you act like you don't care, you have a better chance of getting the job. But I really did care. And they could smell it on me, Jimmy. They could smell it on me. They could smell it on me.
You wanted it too much?
Yeah, don't you think? Didn't you?
Oh, I did. I wanted it too much.
They could probably feel it on you, right? But the kids who didn't really care, you'd be in a waiting room with an actor who like didn't know the lines and he couldn't be bothered and kind of rude to the receptionist. And then, you know, you'd be in your apartment like, a few months later and then he'd be the one doing the part.
He got it.
That guy got it.
He was so rude to everybody.
So mean to everyone.
I shook everyone's hand.
He like walked out after.
I brought cupcakes.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
I did all that
You had to
stuff.
learn to kind of act like you didn't care a little bit to get it, right?
Yeah, I never really was any of my auditions. I mean, Saturday Night Live was the only one I think I actually did well.
You nailed that, obviously.
That one I did well, yeah. Everything else is like...
What did you do? What had you done prior to SNL?
My first audition was for Lifeguard #2 in the Brady Bunch sequel.
Oh, wow.
And I had to say, get out of the pool. And this is when they had fax machines. I had my sides faxed. And so I went in with my paper, just said, get out of the pool. Like I needed a script.
That's so crazy. Did you practice like probably 100 different ways to say get out of the pool? Yes. Get out of the pool.
Get out of the pool? Get out of the pool? Get out of the pool.
If you have one line, it's harder.
It was terrible.
You drive yourself crazy. You're like a rat
awesome.
in a cage trying to figure out how do I say get out of the pool.
It was the most embarrassing thing.
Oh, gosh.
Debbie Liebling?
Oh, my goodness. The casting director's names. That's hilarious.
Yeah, she was
okay, well, thank you.
Yes, she said...
You might want to take this with you. I know these headshots are expensive. Right? You knew you were dead. Were you ever like me where you were so kind of awkward and insecure that you would say, well, this is a really great script. I know this is going to go well. Like you tried to make them feel great as they were telling you no. It's so weird.
Well, either way, however you choose the lifeguard,
you guys got a pretty special project. Yeah, totally.
It's so funny,
crazy,
man.
Right?
I was going to ask you, did you like that process? Do you like even getting famous, I remember seeing you on magazine covers and doing all these photo shoots, and I'm like, he's a stud. He's a natural at this stuff. Do you enjoy that stuff, or that's just part of the business?
You don't know what's going on when this first starts to happen. When you're in these, you go to these photo shoots. I wasn't a model, so like they're telling you like lift a shoulder here. It starts off small, right? Like you lift a shoulder. That's cool.
Check your cuff.
Can you hold this chainsaw? All right.
But this one, I have a photo.
Oh yeah, there's one.
This is from El Mundo magazine.
Yeah.
And here's you fully clothed with a fedora in the shower.
Yeah. You've been in this situation.
They love it.
Yeah.
They want you to bring this back.
I know.
They want you
Have you been in this situation?
They do. Let's do one fun one.
Yeah, let's do. And the one fun one's the one that they use. That's hard to explain.
That's the one.
But I don't know how it goes from wear a hat and then put the shower on. It's a super strange process. But these guys are the experts. You don't know, right? You don't know.
And it lives on.
Do you have one like that? Do you have one like that?
All of them. They're just all bad. I just had the word. I'd never had. But I was never this good looking.
Yeah,
Come on. Look at this. This guy's a stud.
You still are.
Come on, bud.
It's hilarious.
Oh, by the way, can I even ask this? We have time. How's Al Pacino?
I love Al Pacino.
You just did a movie
I did a movie with him. He's terrific. I have to say this. He smells fabulous.
He does.
He smells like a high-end cologne counter in Italy. Has an incredible smell. The whole aroma is unbelievable.
Really?
Yes. And people would notice this. I mean, many things about him. He's a tremendous guy, very, very easy to be around. But smells matter. Smells matter.
Did you tell him he smelled great?
A lot of people would be around us and tell him that he smelled fantastic.
He does.
He smells fantastic.
And
then so the question would come up, which is, what's the cologne? Right.
Yeah, what are you wearing?
Tight-lipped. He'd say, I have to try to remember. Wow. He doesn't want to share that
secret recipe.
He doesn't want to share that fabulous smell.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, and then he would say, I'm trying to leave a legacy. So he was protecting his smells.
That's really funny.
But he really smelled incredible.
He came on.
Has he been on here with you?
Yeah.
And how were the smells?
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
We haven't changed the seat cushion since.
Did you hug him goodbye? You hug him in the middle?
I took his jacket.
Unbelievable.
I have it in my dresser. It's unbelievable. He's the best. What's the film called?
It's called Easy's Waltz.
Easy's Waltz.
Yeah.
You got to come back for that. Maybe come with Al.
Maybe I'll come with Al.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and maybe we can have a smelling line would be fabulous. Yeah.
I'll do that. I want to talk about Nona's, by the way. Congrats on this movie. Man,
Thank you.
man. It's based on a true story. It's real. It's a real restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, explain the story if you could.
It's a real restaurant in Staten Island. A gentleman named Joe opened up a restaurant and he hired real-life Italian grandmothers, Nonas, to be the chefs. Yeah, and it's like a salute to these grandmas who cook their family recipes, and it became very popular locally.
Yeah, he's got a cookbook out.
He's got a cookbook. He later expanded it to Nonas of the World. So you have Japanese grandmothers, you have Greek grandmothers, and it just became a place for these wonderful matriarchs of their family to go and cook their family recipes. And so it's based on a true story.
You, Joe Manganiello.
Manganiello's in it.
And you got a great
Susan
cast.
Sarandon, Lorraine Bracco. There's a great...
Susan Sarandon, Lorraine Bracco?
Yeah.
I mean,
unbelievable.
Heavy
Talia Shire, who's fabulous. We love her from Rocky and The Godfather, among other things.
Do you freak out when you're acting with Talia Shire? You're like...
I found it so droll to be with... No, these ladies are incredible.
Yeah. Did you
for a second, I would ask them questions like, what was it like on the set and this scene? I'm a fan of all of them.
You're like, hi, Adrian. Talia.
I'm sorry, Talia. How are you?
Sorry,
No, yeah.
But great heavy hitters in it. It's super funny. It's super charming. The whole family can watch this.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good. And the director, Stephen Chbosky, who did Wonder, it's got a really nice tone to it. So it was fun.
It's fantastic. I want to show a clip. Here's Vince Vaughn in Nona's. Take a look at this.
Oh my gosh. The way this cheese, perfectly crisp, and yet stays so gooey on your pizza, it's incredible.
Grazie.
Roberta, I mean, that oxtail stew just melts right in your mouth. So beautiful. I'm not talking to you. I'm not even talking to you. Where did you come from? Did you fall out of the sky somewhere? You have that beautifully seasoned garlic, but it's right inside the steak. Where did you even learn to do that?
At the convent. Convent? Are you a nun? And you with that language? A blessed calling. Yes, sure.
Vince Vaughn, everybody! Nona's begins streaming on Netflix May 9th. We'll be right back with more Tonight Show. Stick around.